You with us here on RT. Our top story, it's going to be another day of roller coaster news from Greece where the government faces a crucial confidence vote. Prime Minister George Papandreou has already backtracked on his earlier plans to hold a referendum on the EU bailout proposal. That was under heavy pressure not just from world leaders but also his own government, which is now turning up the heat on calls for him to step down. For more on this, we go live to RT's Sarah Firth, who joins us in Athens. Hello, Sarah. So what are the chances now that Papandreou's government will actually survive all of this?
Well, there's no doubt about it. George Papandreou is in an extremely tricky situation, and there's absolutely no guarantees at this point just what that outcome will be. Now, later on this evening, he's going to be asking lawmakers to back him, to back the bailout plans, and to show their support in that confidence vote. With 152 seats at the moment in Parliament, of a 300-seat Parliament, he's got a technical majority, but a very, very small one, and there's been a number of MPs that have made it clear that they're not going to be voting in support. A number of them saying that unless possibly there's some kind of unity government formed, that's a potential plan that's on the table. If they don't pass that confidence vote, it's unclear really what will happen. It's thought that perhaps that's the most likely, that some form of temporary unity government will be formed. It's been a very dramatic week of decisions that have been made. The week starting with the Prime Minister announcing plans for a referendum on those bailout plans. That was met with resistance, not just from outside the country, but from within his own government as well. And yesterday, in his parliamentary address, it really seemed that that referendum plan was taken off the table. Maybe that's going to help him a bit with support from his own party today in the confidence vote. But of course, this is turbulence at a time that's already very unstable. It's a very difficult point in the country and in the Eurozone's future. So really the last thing that anyone wanted to see was more uncertainty here.
Now, the Greek government's been full of surprises this week, to say the least. How are the Greek people themselves reacting to this ever-changing news?
Well, we've been speaking to a lot of people here in Athens, and the feeling really is that George Papandreou's had his day, that it's time for the Prime Minister to step aside and let someone else take the helm, so to speak, because really there's a real sense of frustration and disappointment at the way he's handled this crisis and taken a lot of the decisions. The credibility with a lot of the statements that we hear him making now has really dropped dramatically. People here just simply have lost their trust that any of these actions are going to lead to sustainable plans moving forward in the future. You're looking at a country here and a population that is suffering from economic exhaustion, and we've seen people coming out time and again to show their public anger, to protest in the streets, and still people are saying that really they feel that they're being ignored in this equation, their voices aren't being heard.
The danger with the current situation is that once one starts offering the possibility of a referendum and then it gets withdrawn, there's a danger of a reaction against the political class as a whole. It's better to let there be a clearer discussion, and if some sort of safety valve has been offered, let there be the referendum.
Now, of course, with that vote going ahead later on this evening, all eyes are once again going to be firmly on Greece. But the real question here is, with such a loss of public confidence in the Prime Minister, in that government, really, even if George Papandreou can survive that confidence vote, really a lot of people asking whether he should.
All right, RT Sarah Firth live for us in Athens. Thanks for that report.